Something tells me that this first official isn't Stephanie. We got the first official listed as someone named Stephanie. Yeah, I don't think that doesn't look like Stephanie to me. The guy in the booth balding. All right, we're good to go. We live? Oh, we're live. Sorry about that, Stephanie. And welcome. Welcome to the G. Forbes Elliott Athletic Center. We are here for some ACAA volleyball action. The UNBSJ women's volleyball team taking on the DAL AC women's volleyball team. These two teams played yesterday with UNBSJ taking a commanding 3-0 win. And prior to yesterday, these two teams were tied for first in the conference. But with DAL AC's loss and a win from MSVU, DAL AC drops all the way to third with UNBSJ atop the table. UNBSJ's starting setter, McCord, back to serve. Let me try and get through these starting lineups for you with the action going on here. Nice dig by McCord. And a nice use by Robichaud, just tipping that one over. Okay, so your powers for the UNBSJ side are Emily Robichaud and Dom Gendron. Your middles will be, I believe it's Sasha Buchanan and Haley Wilson. And your right side will be McLeod. Kate McLeod. Liberos will rotate as per pretty typical of head coach Colin Chambers, but your liberos are going to be Sophia Sad and Amy McKenzie. So that's who we have on the UNBSJ side. On the DAL AC side, your powers are likely going to be Rideout and Emmerkar. Just looking here. Or actually, it looks like Emmerkar is playing the right side today, which maybe is pretty typical of that of her. So Emmerkar be your right side, Rideout, and it looks like number 16, Leah Jollimore will be setting. Your other left side will be number 1, Marin McCombs. With your middles being number 14, Zoe Erickson, and likely, not on the court at the moment, but likely number 5, Megan McCombs. So that's who you can expect as far as your starters and players today. For the libero on the DAL AC side, it looks like it's going to be Ella Dick, third-year libero from Winnipeg, Manitoba, far from home. All right, so got through that, only missed 5 points to do it. We got Miss Wilson back to serve. Nursing a 1-point lead here for your Seawolves. Nice swing by Emmerkar, but handled well by Wilson. Oh, and a nice block from the Rams. Robichaud just tries to tip that one through, but it gets sent back. A nice pass there, and they run them. Oh, nice run by Buchanan. And a nice serve by McLeod. And that one just sails long. Nice serve, but handled well by Sad. McCord just going to pop it up for McLeod. He puts a nice swing on it. Jollimore sets the pipe, but again handled by McLeod. Some battling at the net there, and it looks like McCord got a little too aggressive. Ends up touching the The tape trying to block that shot and giving the point back to the Rams. So now tied 5-5. Oh, the gator from Robichaux. McCord trying to run to save that one. Robichaux with a little change up. Himmerkar runs the step. Good job by Robichaux not touching that one and letting her set her up and getting a good swing on it. Lots of backcourt running from both teams now, but wow, what a rep by Gendron. But a lot of backcourt reps there from the Rams. Really nice swing by Gendron out of the pipe there to win the point for the Seawolves and not relinquish this lead. Nice serve from Robichaux. What a dig by McKenzie and a great use by McCord just to flip that over. McCombs tries to drive that one to the backcourt, but it just sails long on her. Nice pass by McLeod. Going to run their offense here. Ooh, and a great set to Gendron, right in tempo there. So Robichaux to keep it up. A nice pass. They try and run the one out of the middle, but that one's just long. The Rams seem to think that that one might have clipped the tape. It was close, but I think that we had the right call there on the ball skating out of bounds. Gendron. So Gendron as opposed to Gendron. It's funny, I've been calling her games for 3 years. I apologize if I'm still getting it wrong, but let me know if it's Gendron versus Gendron. No, I'm Gendron. Soft G like gentle, or I guess, yeah, that would be a soft G. A hard G would be like good. Dom Gendron. All right, so what was a 5-5 game? UNBSJ behind a couple of strong serves from Robichaux. Takes it all the way to... thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, so what was a 5-5 game? UNBSJ able to rattle off a lot of good points in a row there, and now up to a 5-point lead, leading 10-5 over the Rams here as head coach Carrie Peck calls her first time out of the day to get her troops aligned. What a block. A great job by Buchanan. Oh! Two different line calls. First official there defers to Jen Brown, who has the better line, who has the better perspective there in the line. I don't think you can see it in the camera at home, but the line judge closest to us in this bottom right corner called that in. But Jen Brown, who has that line as her responsibility, as you see there, even though it's close, sees that out and makes the right call. McComb's not able to find that one as she puts it into the tape and gives the point back to UNBSJ. Still floating around that 5-point lead. Nice serve from Buchanan. Good job by McCord stepping up. Decides to run the pipe there as opposed to going front court. Oh, and a great swing by Emmerkar out of the back court for the winner. That's what we call a C ball when you're setting that backside set, but to the back court. Really a tough set and a tough execution for the hitter. It's not something you do unless you really have faith in that hitter, but I would say that that's something that the Rams have in spades with Emmerkar. Emmerkar, oh my goodness. What a rep from Haley Wilson. I feel like I mentioned this a lot in the broadcast, but Haley Wilson, you know, for the first couple of years in this team, bounced between a couple of different positions. Played right side, played some outside, and in the last year and a half or so has found a home at middle and has really come into her own. I mean, I said yesterday that this is probably the strongest collection of outside hitters I've seen for this UNBSJ women's team since I've been around them. In Robichaud, Gendron, and McLeod. But something to be said about Wilson and Buchanan out of the middle, too. I mean, this is a really, really well-rounded UNBSJ squad. And credit to head coach Colin Chambers for being able to put these people, put his players in this position and to succeed. So now up 5 still with Dom Gendron back to serve. One of the stronger servers in the league. Plays just like that. Not only earning your team free opportunities when those bumps come back over and land in, but sometimes just outright getting the point with an ace like that. Unfortunate miss there for Gendron. Yesterday I mentioned how the men's Rams team is sitting watching for their game coming up after this, and they have themselves a plethora of noisemakers to try and make their presence known here as fans. One of them being a couple of them have recorders that they're using, and yesterday it was just a load of nonsense. They were just making noise and being loud as much as they could. It seems like maybe they've done a little practicing. I could hear them playing The Lion Sleeps Tonight down there, so they're getting a little bit better at that recorder as they go. Nice serve there from the Rams, puts the pressures on the Seawolves, who aren't able to convert. So now wow, what a swing from Robichaud. Slightly taking out the trash. A little bit of a tough ball on that one. Not on the net where she'd like it to be, but still is able to get into good position, get up there, and put a nice high, hard swing on it. That serve from Wilson carries way out left. Probably just a missed hit. And give the point back to the Rams, which is now just a 3-point game. As into the game comes number 4 for the Rams. That's Jessica Young. Nice pass. This one's going to have to go over. Seawolves going to run their offense here. They go back to McLeod. Bomb squad. Awesome ball. McLeod with the winner, going to go reward herself by serving. And a nice serve, but handled well by the Rams. They're going to go back to that's Emmerkar with the winner. So Imbercar now back to serve. A pretty similar series of events for both teams. The right side with a big kill and then rewards himself by going to serve. McLeod, oh my goodness. I don't think it's hard to explain at home just how tough that shot can actually be. Having to let the ball come all the way across your frame for that swing and still getting a good piece on it. I think you go back to Robichaud here. Ooh, out of the middle. Man. I thought the give and go to Robichaud was the play there, but credit to, this rookie setter, McCord. Using all of her options, keeping the defense guessing. Setting a strong game here early on. Robichaud with an uncharacteristic miss there going long. Going to give the point back to the Rams. Rams now down 3 with Marin McCombs back to serve. McCombs, a fourth-year left side out of West Bay, Cayman Islands. Robichaud makes up for it on that one with a great swing. So now Buchanan back to serve. 4-point lead for the Seawolves. Ooh, that one was close, but played by the Rams. This one's just going to have to go over, and unfortunately, it looks like Jollimore and Rideout kind of expected each other to make the play there, and neither end up touching it. And a nice play there from the Rams, finding that open spot in the court and taking advantage. Megan McCombs now back to serve. Wow, what a good job by McCord there. It can be so hard to navigate the net, especially those passes coming over your head and into the court. As a setter, I don't want to pry on it too much, but as a setter that's a little bit shorter in stature, that can be really hard, and a really good job by McCord there, touching that ball on the way over to just make it a little bit tougher to work it and taking the point. McCombs over bumps that one. UNBSJ going to run their offense. And Gendron with an absolute winner. That extends the lead now up to 6. I think the largest lead of the day. And head coach Carrie Peck feels the pressure coming in here now. UNBSJ just 3 points away from taking this first set. Peck going to call that timeout and try and get her team in front of her here with what they're seeing and thinking, and make sure that everybody's on the same page for this. When you call these timeouts in these situations where you really don't have a lot of room left for error, you're kind of battling down that last stretch. You really want to be specific about what you see out there. So that's knowing who you have at the court in the front court right now, knowing who your serve receive is, who's serving, where's it going to go, and if we are able to get a good pass on it, how do we want to run our offense here? Being very intentional about your decisions here down the stretch, because any one or two little mistakes in this game gets away from you. If you can get if you're the Rams and you can get 3 or 4 points here coming out of this timeout, you are right back in it. Okay, so McCord to keep up her serving streak here. Nice serve from her, but handled really well by the Rams. Yeah, they're going to run a blast to the outside to Rideout, who puts it away. McCord gets a piece of it, but not enough to keep it in play, and that point's going to go to the Rams. Nice serve from Jollimore there. And a really nice touch from McLeod on a ball that was really high by the time it got in her wheelhouse. What a set. Handled well by Wilson. McCord is having an awesome game, but credit to these Rams. They're not going away. Sad can't get to that one. Now the Rams only down 4. Wow, good job by McCord staying off the net, keeping that play alive. Nice serve by Gendron there. The Rams keep it alive. And Kate McLeod, man, really coming into her own. I said this at the end of last year that, you know, she had, you know, kind of ascended into a role as a very, very reliable third option on this team behind, you know, the All-Stars that they have in Gendron and Robichaux. But, you know, I think now that's almost a discredit to the ability that McLeod has in her own. I think that McLeod could be the #1 option on a lot of the teams in the ACAA. So a pretty stress-free first game there for UNBSJ. Now up 25, or taking the first set 25-19. I want to take a moment here in between these games to thank the sponsors of the UNBSJ Seawolves for the 2025-2026 season. We have Lester's Trophies, Centaur Atlantic, Domino's Pizza, UNB Associated Alumni, One Team Sports Group, Select Printing and Signs, Booster Juice East Point location, and Culligan Water. Okay, so UNBSJ up 1-0. Like I said yesterday, they played this team and came away with a pretty convincing 3-0 victory, and off to a similar start here today. All right, so on the UNBSJ side, business as usual. Doesn't look like we've seen any switches as far as the players out there. On the Rams side, okay, it looks like maybe we're going with some different faces out there. Maybe not. We got both McCombs. We got Immercar, Rideout, Jollimore and Erickson. Nope, business as usual from both sides. So neither coach wanted to look at any different lineups or changes for this one. Roll the usual suspects. Oh my goodness, man. What a set by McCord, and what a great job by Wilson to go and find it. McCord now to serve. Nice pass by McCombs. And a great run out of the middle by Erickson, who's fired up. She leans into her team and gives him a big let's go. This one's just going to get popped up. McLeod going to be able to just get a swing up. Wow, man. I mean, good try by McCombs to get a piece on that. That's a tough one. I really do think that was going to drop into that back corner. A nice shot by McLeod to put pressure on the defense. You know, most of the time when you're winning shots out of your swing, it's because you're hitting it hard and down. But when you're a little bit off the net and you're asked to play a little bit of a second tempo shot, placement is everything. And a really good job there by McLeod to find that back 2 meters of the court, we'll say. Okay, so 3-3. Haley Wilson now back to serve. Oh, nice use by Rideout. Oh, Gendron with a great chase down. This has got to go over. Oh my goodness, it might. Shame that they didn't get that one over. A good touch by Wilson, who almost never has to play defense, showing some of her defensive prowess, and a great job by Gendron. Chasing it down and popping it up. Unfortunately, we had a couple of Seawolves looking at each other, expecting the next person to make the play, and that one just falls a little bit short. It wouldn't have been an easy play either way, but something I think they probably could have made if they tried. Nice job by Erickson to feed the right player there. Wow, good job. Erickson almost never gets that opportunity. You know, as a middle, when she gets to the back court and she's not serving, she comes off the court. But you know, being that it's her serve, she's able to step in there, make the right decision, put a nice ball to the outside, and watch Emmercar hit the winner. Wow. Really nice tip there by Robichaud. Nice pass by the Rams. Nice set back to Emmercar. Handled well by Gendron. Nice swing out of the back by McLeod. This is a battle. We got a battle point going on. Oh, and a great job by Buchanan controlling the net there. Oh! Sometimes better to be lucky than good there. McLeod's float serve, you know, with mind of its own. Trickles over the tape and takes the point there for UNBSJ. Now up 6-5. Another nice serve from Robish. Oh, this one can go over. Nice. Sorry by McLeod. And a great set out of the pipe. Honestly, really liked the decision. Oh, no. I like the decision. Didn't love the execution by Gendron. You know, obviously just a little long on that one. But Seawolves catch a break as it looks like one of the Rams was on the net for that point. And then a really nice serve by McLeod. I don't. Wow. Okay, we'll talk that through. I'll talk through some of the theory on that after. Great job by the Rams. Okay, I don't love the libero stepping in and making that play, especially considering it looked like the setter was determined to make that play and didn't call her off. If that's the case, that libero needs to get out of the way. In this case, it's number 10 for the Rams. That's Ella Dick. Now, having said that, what an awesome set by Ella. Really strong, controlled hands, came out of peach and right in the wheelhouse. It puts the pressure on the Seawolves defense. They aren't able to capitalize, and the Rams take the point. Wow, what a play by Gendron. Unfortunately, not the result she's looking for, but I love the aggression. That's another one where super tough because you have to let that ball come across your whole frame to your outside hand. When it's coming to the right side and you're McLeod as a lefty, you have to let that come all the way across your frame. And then when you're in the backcourt there as Gendron as a righty coming from that power side, again, a really, really tough one to try and maneuver. And, you know, she isn't able to put that one in, but I really do like the aggression from your hitters there. You want your hitters to be aggressive in those positions. Robichaux now back to serve in a tie game. Dick with an over bump. What a touch! Oh, what a touch by McCombs. That's such an athletic play for a middle. Robichaux to serve again. That one goes into the net, and as Robichaux gives her team a little, I don't even know what that was. Look. So McCombs now back to serve. Nice pass by Sad. Oh, and just sometimes in volleyball, you see the pass and you see the set, and you know where the set's going, and you know who's hitting it, and it's just so obvious that it's going to be a winner. And that was one of those hits. Great job by Gendron. Rams just going to pop this one over. See who's going to have a chance to run their offense. They run the step to Wilson, who paused for a second. It looked like, maybe she wasn't sure if they were still going to run that play. In volleyball, Wilson, 95% of the time, unless it's one of those plays where you get a perfect pass, is going to be running her offense right in front of the setter, right off her chest. But if they get a good pass and they know they have an opportunity to, they're in control and they know what it's supposed to look like, they, sometimes will run these set plays where you change your positioning and try and catch the defense off guard. There, it looked like there was some indecision from Wilson on that one as to whether she should be going back or not, and a bit of that indecision, I think, led to that mishit. Oh, out. Yeah, great call. There was a touch there. Playing that defensively. So 11-11. Even game here. Nice serve, but handled well by the Seawolves. That one popped up. This one's going to go over as well. That block and touch. Oh, this is a scramble play. This one's got to go over. Wow, great job by Gendron. Nice pass. Ooh, you just have to go over. Seawolves can run their offense. McLeod out of the right side winner. This offense for the Seawolves is just so tough to deal with. Like, how do you want to get it? You know, if you sell out to try and stop Gendron or Robichaux, McLeod is one of the more dangerous options in the league out there on the right side. And if somehow, you have your middle able to bounce around with both of them, out of the middle, Buchanan and Wilson have been killing it this year. Yep. Timeout called here by head coach Carrie Peck. Take a moment with her team as they, it was an 11-11 game, now 14-11, so UNBSJ pulling away a little bit. Already down 1-0, you need to make sure that this doesn't get away from you. If this, if UNBSJ rattles off 2 or 3 more points and this becomes a 6 or 7 point game in this area of the game, when you're about to turn the corner at that 20-point mark, it's a pretty important one that you need to, stay on top of. And I like this time up by head coach Peck. Okay, so if you're the Rams here, you have backhands, 3 swings. You have Erickson, Emmercar, and Rideout as your options. We're going to go to Emmercar here on the outside. Nice strong hands there by Robichaux. And McLeod with the winner. Jeepers, Murphy. It feels like everything she's touched turns to gold today. Queen Midas. Gendron now back to serve with a 4-point lead here for the Seawolves. This one's going to go over. Oh, wow, they run the push. A great job, really, really great job by the Rams identifying where that ball was going and making a play. That was another one of those things where they get a good pass, so the Seawolves, instead of running their base offense, run a bit of a play. They run that push set to the middle, and a great job by the middles on the Rams identifying and going and making the block. So coming out of the timeout, these teams trade points. Going to give the point back to UNBSJ. And Haley Wilson now back to serve. That's a great serve, but handled really well by the Rams. The outside swing to McCombs. Oh! That ball called long, very close, but no one in the gym had a better perspective than the ref there. Wilson to serve again. Now a 5-point lead for your Seawolves. Gonna get 3 touches here. They go back to Emmercar. What a dig by Robichaux. By Gendron. Robichaux with the roll over. They're gonna go to Emmercar again. Just has to tip it over. Wow. Gendron just patrolling that back court. Oh, what a block by McLeod. These Seawolves, man. I'm telling you, this team, this is a really, really quality volleyball team. I'd be surprised if they weren't deep in contention as this year goes on. Another strong serve from Wilson. Emmercar with the winner. You want to talk about those ones where you just know? How about that perfect pass? A great set from Jollimore, and getting it to your best player. Emmercar, player of the week in the ACAA last week. McCord being able to go to the middle there, and Sad being there for the cover. It's just disciplined volleyball. It's really fun to watch. Oh, and what a dig! This one's going to have to go over Emmercar with the changeup, handled by Buchanan. Run all the way back to McLeod. I mistakenly said McLeod was left-handed earlier, and what I was trying to say was that being that she plays on the right side and those sets are coming from her left, she has to have them always coming over her body, which isn't coming across her frame, which isn't exactly always the case for a power, like I was saying with Gendron. But when Gendron was in the backcourt and had that set coming from the left side, we finally got to see a similar type situation. The reason you say it is because it's so tough to let that ball come across your frame and have the patience and still find it out in space where you want to. And credit to McLeod, who's done it a couple times tonight with great success. Emerkar to serve, and an ace! 7-point game, quickly now just 4. Emerkar with another strong serve, but handled well by Robichaud. The give and go. One of the most universal plays in sports. Robichaud with the pass, good set by McCord, and Robichaud with the kill. So Robichaud now back to serve, Gendron to the front court. Ooh, and just long. Well, I shouldn't say long. Just out to the right. Nice pass by Sad. Oh, they run the C ball to Robichaud, or sorry, the pipe ball. Ooh, that's an awesome run by Rideout. She was flying through the air on that one. McCord chases that down and able to get a touch on it. Wow, and a great driven shot by Robichaud. Or sorry, that was Gendron. High off the hands and out the back. That one going to go St. John's way as well. Extending that lead up to 5 now. With not many to play. Oh, shoot. That serve going to go into the net to turn things around a little bit. Bit of a glimmer of hope there. McCombs to serve. Oh, and an uncharacteristic shank from Gendron, who all smiles in the moment. Another uncharacteristic miss there from Gendron, and that turns into another missed point. So hold everything. You know, watch out here. The Rams still right in it. (22-20). McCombs serving here for the Rams. As UNBSJ, I believe you have front court hands here, so your swingers are going to be Wilson and Gendron. It'll be interesting to see who they want to go with here if they get a good pass. I've been really impressed so far today with McCord's set distribution. I think great swing there by Gendron on the winner. Drives that hard cross off the hands and then take that point back, extending the lead to 3. Oh, but McCord isn't able to capitalize. They're letting these Rams hang around now, just a 2-point game. What a great job by Gendron there. Nice serve by Gendron. That one just in. Looks like maybe she took a little off it over a typical serve. Out of the pipe, they go to Gendron there. What a touch! Gendron all over the place right now. Oh, and Robichaux with a very uncharacteristic miss. Right out now, back to serve. No room for error here. Oh, and sometimes better be lucky than good. That one trickles over the tape and takes the point back. And now just a 1-point game as head coach Colin Chambers takes the timeout. Okay, so 1-point game here, 25-23. Rams were down as much as I think as 7 in this game. Nice pass from Sad coming out of the timeout. Feeds Robichaux. Big block. It gets popped up. Great job by Wilson controlling the net there. And that's going to take the game 25-23. The Rams make the comeback there and give UNBSJ a scare, but great job by UNBSJ weathering the storm, hanging on, and bringing that one to 2-0 heading to the third. Hi, hello. We are back. We are live. UNBSJ up to start this third. Oh, and that one just too tough, just too tight for McCord to make a play on. Nice serving ace there by Haley Wilson. Nice serve by Erickson. Wow, what a dig by McCord. This team is so good at covering their hitters. That one goes out of bounds for Robichaud. Robichaud, nice pass. Robichaud goes with the power tip and wins on that one. Bit of a change-up. Into the game comes Mackenzie the libero, and back to serve is Kate McLeod. Nice pass and a great run. That's just good volleyball there from the Rams. Immercar now back to serve. Oof. Ah. Immercar now back to serve again, up one here for the Rams. Oh, wow. Jenren get a swing on that. That's really good. That's the type of aggression we talk about when we like to see our hitters like that. This one's still live. Oh, the swing from McCord gets blocked. I think that was second touch. I think she could have probably set that if she wanted. Nice serve by Immercar. It's going to go over. Rams going to run their offense. They go out to power. No touch. Oh. Refs let them play. Immercar with a swing out of the back. Sets McLeod from the C. I don't think there was a touch on that one either, but like I said, ref letting them play. And a timeout called here by head coach Colin Chambers as the Rams lead set 10-7 here in the third. For those of you that are just joining us, UNBSJ leads 2-0 so far today. What a run by Buchanan out of the middle. And a great show from this this Rams team coming out of the, this ooh, the tip from Gendron makes that. This one's going to be alive. Buchanan with a nice bump over the overbump kill. Oh, and Robichaux. Robichaux just feels like maybe just a touch off her game today. Nice serve there from Buchanan. Oh, but a great swing on the outside by Rideout to take that point. Oh, and a net touch there. What a block, but handled well by the Wolves. This one's going to go over. Gendron. Oh, man, and another tough one from Robichaux, who lets that go through her hands. Rams now back up 3. Gendron with a great swing out of the right side. Pure winner. Oh, that's off the head of McKenzie and out the back. As the Rams extend their lead back up to 3. Pass by Sad. Nice push outside to Robichaux. Oh, this is popped up. Steel's going to run their offense here. Nice pass by Gendron. And a great swing by Wilson. Wilson, who's been one of their most efficient hitters or players even today. She served well, hit well, and blocked well. Nice serve. Oh. Oh, and timeout called here by head coach Carrie Peck as she feels a little bit of the pressure of UNBSJ battling back here. I don't know if we've already mentioned it, but take a time to take a shout out to our athletes of the week from last week, both representing the basketball teams here at the university. Our first is Ainsley Green from the women's basketball team and Doyle Burton from the men's basketball team. Shout out to those Booster Juice athletes of the week. Once again, we'd also like to thank our 2025-2026 season partners, Lester Trophies, Centaur Atlantic, Domino's Pizza, UNB Associated Alumni, One Team Sports Group, Select Printing and Signs, Booster Juice, the East Point location, and Culligan Water. Nice set to the outside for Robichaux, who goes high, hard off the hand. Whoa. They're saying that this point was the Rams? Yeah. And that seems like the right call. I like the deliberation there from the referees coming together and making sure they saw the same thing. So point there to UNBSJ, not 17-15. 16-16 should be the correct score, I believe. All right, so tie game between these teams here in the third. Like I said, for those that have joined us, UNBSJ leads currently 2-0 as far as sets played, and we're tied 16-16 here in the third. Wilson, who's had a couple of nice serves here to start her serving stretch, back at the line, hoping to continue. Oh, and a coaching point there for head coach Carrie Peck, we'll say. Calling that timeout, icing the kicker, and a miss there from Wilson, who comes off the court in favor of Sad for the serve receive. Am I on mute? No? Am I on mute? No? Oh, okay, perfect. Just saw that comment, but that was probably from the beginning of the set when I was a little late coming back. Yeah, exactly. All right, so 17-16 after that missed serve. It will be the Rams ball. I'm not exactly sure what we have going on here. I think this is maybe a rotation check. PT. Okay, so looks like there we go. Looks like our officials have it all figured out. We have a serving substitution here for the Rams. Into the game comes number 4. That's Jessica Young, and she's coming in for Erickson. Emmerkar, high and hard off the hands of Robichaud there, sending that lead back up to 2. Nice pass from Sad. This one popped up. Nice job by Robichaud on that one. Oh, but a big block out of the middle by McCombs. Back up to 3 here. Rams not going away. Another really nice serve by Young. Yeah, that's a great set. I thought that's where the set should have gone on the last one. I know that McCord was pulled a little tight. McCord was pulled a little tight. Okay, so we got a front court, back court switch here from head coach Colin Chambers. McCord and McLeod come out of the game, and into the game comes number 13, Lauren Gulliver, who puts that one into the net. And at the front court is number 6, Amber Longley, playing the right side position. Head coach Colin Chambers doing this, hoping to get himself a better blocking presence in the net as opposed to McCord in there. Emmerkar not able to stay on top of that one as it floats long. We give the possession back to UNBSJ. Now just down 2 with Robichaud back to serve. Nice job by Mackenzie stepping in there and delivering a good set. I don't know if that's maybe a... Wow, what a touch! What a great job. Off the bench, Amber Longley showing her composure at the net there. Tipping that just past the block and bringing this to a 1-point game for the Seawolves. This has been a real fun real fun third set here. Neither team willing to say die. Strong serve from Robichaud. Nice pass. Rams going to run their offense. They run the C to Emmerkar, and that's long. And now we're dead even. 20-20, 5 to go. UNBSJ leading 2-0 in sets. Yeah, I think we still might be. I don't think they can hear me for some reason. Is it because the audio mixer is muted? That doesn't change anything? Folks, at home, let me know if you can hear me. I don't know if maybe we have something turned down. Yeah, go ahead. All right, so we have McCombs back to serve. Oh, but unfortunately that one goes into the tape. And that one's going to give the point back to UNBSJ, now tied 21-21. For those in the chat, we just did a little bit of a check ourselves. It seems like we have the audio on our end, so maybe if you're muted or something of the like, but wow, nice serve coming into the game as Doucette. Wow, really nice control of the net there by Doucette. Oh my goodness, this is tough. Oh, but a good job by SJ just getting it over. Oh, but a great swing on the outside by Rideout. Extends this lead to 2. And UNBSJ now in the pocket here. Audio good, nice. That's good to hear. Okay, so we got a timeout here called by head coach Colin Chambers. Already up 2-0 in the game, but calling this timeout now down 2 points in the final stretch of this third set. I think everybody in the gym, yesterday this Rams team was first in the division, first in the conference, and definitely a formidable team to be playing against. I think if you're SJ here, you want some bad to avoid this game going to another set and letting them build some momentum. You do not want them to get one. Oh, nice job. That trickles over the net. It's going to get popped up. Rams just going to bump this over. Great job by Doucette commanding the defense there. Oh, and they try and set apologies, Longley on that one, but she's only able to get the tip on it, and it gets sent back, giving the ball back to a really good job staying off the net. Oh my goodness, this UNBSJ team battling to stay alive, but not on that one. That skates out, and the Dalhousie Rams are going to take that point and force this to the fourth set. like was going to be a quick 3-0 and a handshake for UNBSJ. Really have to credit these Rams here. Showing some backbone down in that third, rallying back and taking a win and putting themselves in a position to hang around in this game. First point of this fourth set. Really nice run from Haley Wilson on that step, driven to that back corner of the court. I feel like we've been saying Wilson's name a lot today. She's been playing great. They're going to go outside to Emmerkar, who goes high off the hands. The one-armed save by Robichaud. Right out with a drive down the line, but handled by UNBSJ. Oh, what a shame, man. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Emmerkar, I don't know if that net contact happened on a jump or if it happened because the ball pushed the tape a little bit past, that middle line and into where she was standing, but UNBSJ gets lucky on that one as the net call on Emmerkar is going to get the point back to them. Nice back set to Rideout, who goes absolute hammer on it. Oh, and a nice serve that Robichaud has a hard time handling. It's going to make it now 2-2. I said it earlier in the game, and it's not something I want to harp on, but if you've never watched the UNBSJ Seawolves play, I think you'd have a very different opinion of Robichaud than what I think the players in the league know of her. This isn't exactly the strongest game from her, we'll say. She's very typically one of the stronger serve receivers in the team, one of the more reliable hitters, and one of the most consistent servers. And it just feels like, all those things we just mentioned today has just been a touch below what we've come to expect of her. This one's tight. McCord in trouble. That's tough, and a great job there by Erickson. Just building that fortress up at the net. Not extending too much, getting her hands up and making sure that it goes down on the other side. So Rideout to serve again, now up 2. Wilson going to have to chase this one down. Good use there by McLeod. And what a block. Oh, they said no touch on that. I'm not sure if I thought that was the case, but I mean, all's well that ends well. The point goes to the right person in the end. Gendron back to serve. Oh, what a change-up. Good job by Robichaud there. Nice touch. Wow, what a rep. Finding McLeod in the backside there for the kill. Gendron just trickles over. McCombs gets a nice swing on it, but handled well by McKenzie. And a great rip from Robichaud. And a nice drive there by the Rams. Squeeze it through the block of the Seawolves and take that point back. Now back to the lead. Oh my goodness, Wilson. Nice serve from Wilson. Oh, they run the outside to Emmercar. That's one of those plays we talked about as far as and a tough pass there by Robichaud. Or sorry, by Gendron as that one skates off her platform and out the side. Game now tied again, 7-7 with Emmercar back to serve. What a touch! Keep this alive by Robichaud, and unfortunately, too many cooks in the kitchen on that one as they aren't able to bump that one over after an awesome touch by Robichaud. Oh, Emmercar, sometimes better to be lucky than good. She gives her team a little bit of a smile on that one. Hard driven serve just trickles over the tape and gives another point to the Rams. And that one goes into the tape, giving that point back to the Seawolves. Now 8-9 here in the fourth. Okay, sorry about that, folks. A little bit of a delay, but better we're here. Okay, so now Rams up 4. That one trickles over the tape and just over the hands of the defenders. I don't even know if that would have landed in, but it trickles off the back of the blockers and gives the point back to the Rams. Set her out. Good job by the, oh, this is going to get popped up. Just got to go over. Nice job by Emmerkar. Maybe that was right out. What a touch. Oh, it's still up. They go to her again, and it's long. What a battle from these Rams. Nice serve receive. As the Seawolves take that one. Buchanan now back to serve. She's been pretty consistent serving today. Might give the Seawolves a bit of a spark here, down 4 in the 4th. But a really nice pass by the Rams. Who, oh, what a touch by Buchanan! Oh my goodness, but on cue. This is just, defensively, these Rams are not going away. Yeah, and that's tough. That's really tough from Buchanan. She stepped in and had the right idea. She wanted to set that out to the right side. And I think last second realized that her right side hitter front court was her setter. She tries at the last second to try and shift that back to McLeod, but I think the indecision there kind of got her hands a little late and ends up getting called for the contact. Uh-oh, and that one sails long as the Rams, who were down 2-0, are now up 6. Down 2-1 with a chance, if they hold on here, to force a game 5. Jollimore back to serve. Doucette into the game for Gendron. Nice roll shot there by her. Yeah, but it just feels like everything is going the Rams' way right now. All of the players that I think this Rams team is typically relying on are really coming up big. Emmerkar is playing great. Rideout has been playing great. And defensively, they are just never letting balls hit the floor. Nice pass. Now, I tell you what, something that has been working for the Seawolves has been that right there. Getting the ball to number 12, Haley Wilson. Great pass by Emmerkar. Popped up by Wilson. Doucette just going to throw this back. She's going to have to go over. Another great pass. And Emmerkar with the winner. Emmerkar looking for a touch, but doesn't matter if it lands in the court like that. And a head coach, Colin Chambers, calls a timeout now, down 7 here in the 4th. You know, you don't want to call a game over before it's over, but it really looks like we should be heading to a game 5 here, folks. UNBSJ on the ropes here in the 4th. This would be, I think, the largest lead of the day if you were the Rams. And to have that come in a moment where you just fought to stay alive, winning the 3rd, and now are up big here in the 4th. Whew, everything coming up Rams right now. Nice gator by Robichaud, second time today. Great job by Robichaud again. High to McLeod. Robichaud just patrolling that backcourt. Nice high outside swing to Doucette, who does a little split hop to let that come across her frame. And put that one away. Nice serve from Doucette here. Ooh. That one just gonna get popped over. McCord runs the one. Oh, what a dig! Tip back over. McCord now out to Robichaud with the winner. So here come the Seawolves. Doucette to serve again. Oh! Doucette! Oh, and a great shot to the outside from McCombs, who's fired up about it. Extends the lead back to 5. Nice tip there from Wilson on a tight ball. Oh, so unfortunate. As I believe that's Young. Yeah, Jessica Young comes into the game as that serving sub, but unfortunately blows a tire trying to chase that one down. And UNBSJ brings it back to within 4 again. Wilson back to serve, meaning that Buchanan into the game into the front court. Nice serve from Wilson, but handled really well by the Rams, who goes back to Emmercar and gets roofed by Robichaud, who's fired up about it. Oh, and head coach Carrie Peck now with her own timeout. Credit to these Seawolves. I mean, just a second ago, this was a 7-point game and looking, like we were surely headed to a 5th set. And now, I mean, still battling, still down 3 here down the stretch, but a way more manageable situation to be in. And every point that you're able to take, I think, just really applies that pressure more and more to these Rams, who 5 minutes ago had all the momentum. Okay, so Wilson still to serve. Oh, and that one goes into the tape. That's going to send that lead back to 4 as Emmercar now back to serve for your Rams. I think if you're the Seawolves, you like seeing Emmercar back at the service line. She had been a bit of a menace there in the front court for a while. So this gives them a chance to at least have less of an attack there. Absolute winner coming from McLeod there on the outside as UNBSJ refuses to say die. We got a service sub into the game here for McLeod, it looks like. Oh, we did the double substitution. McCord and McLeod come out of the game. Into the game comes Longley and Gulliver. Uh-oh, and that one's long. Now just a 2-point game. Oh, but Gulliver puts that one into the tape, and now back up to a 3-point game. UNBSJ right there. Coombs back to serve. Oh, it's up! That's a double. This one's just going to get bumped over by Robichaud. Great job by the Rams handling it and running their offense. And the dunk from McCombs. Long. Looks like the Rams thought there was a touch call. Their bench did as well. Robichaud down 3, back to serve. If you're UNBSJ, I mean, I think Robichaud's the person you want here on the service line for you. And that right there is exactly why. Oh man, if you're the Rams here, I've been in these positions. I know you're still up 2 with only 2 to play from your perspective, but it's hard to not feel like this is almost dead even. Nice pass by the Rams, keeping their opportunities alive. But a huge block! Longley into the game. And Kerry Peck, head coach of the Rams, going to call themselves a timeout. Oh! And here we go. The Rams in the barn. 3 chances here to take this to a 5th. McCombs to serve. Sad with a little bit of a suboptimal swing, we'll say. Doucette with a nice drive to the backcourt. Oh, it's alive! What a block! Oh my goodness! What a play by Sad. Sophia Sad with the wherewithal to dive into that one and know it has to go over. Buchanan, who's been such a strong server today, back to the line. Into the game comes Wilson. That one tough off the net. They're going to go back to Rideout. Seawolves going to run their offense. No touch on that, which I think is the right call. And just like that, we're headed to a game 5. Okay, so we are back. Game 5 between these teams. I think yesterday when we got to 3-0, that was a little unexpected, being that both these teams were at the top of the table. I think this was more of an expectation of what we thought this game would be like. For those who don't know, in volleyball, if it's split 2-2 going to the 5th, you play one 15-point set for the win. You start on the same sides that you played the last set, and then the first team to reach 8 points triggers the switching of sides. It's a bit of like a mini, like halftime in this 5th set is that switch at 8 points, and it is definitely a race to that 8 points. The team that's able to force the switch by getting there first, I don't want to say they always win. Obviously, that's not the case, but you carry a lot of good momentum into the switch. So I think watching at home, we got to kind of contextualize this as both these teams racing to get to that 8-point mark first. Huge block from Wilson there, but unfortunately that one falls out of bounds. Going to give that first point to the Rams. Nice serve from right out there. And a huge block in the middle from Erickson, who is fired up. Right out with the serve. Another great serve. Oh, but a killer from Gendron there. High swing over the block, driven to the backcourt. Almost nothing you can do if you're the Rams there. So Gendron now back to serve. Right out with a bit of a tough pass, and just going to have to get bumped over here by the Rams. Yeah, that's almost always the set there. If you're in McCord and you have that short set to you, the changeup is to really, you think you're probably going to keep that ball short in front of you, maybe go back, maybe go to the middle in front of you. But the good changeup there is to drive that to the outside pin. Great job by McCord there, and a good job by Robichaud to put it away. Another nice serve from Gendron. And a great job by Wilson controlling the net. Now UNBSJ with their first lead in probably 20 or so points. Head coach Colin Chambers directing traffic here for Gendron, telling him where he'd like her to set it or serve it. Oh, what a touch. Oh, wow. Better to be lucky than good sometimes. McLeod late to get in the touch there, but the only person in the area is able to trickle it over and steal the point. Timeout called here by head coach Kerry Peck that, was up 2-0 and now down 4-2. Wanted to take a moment here just to say I think that the libero for the Rams side, Ella Dick, has played an awesome game. Truly, like it's the irony of a really, really good libero is that, like, when a good libero is playing really good, it's almost like no news is good news. You notice when things go wrong, but you almost expect everything else to go right. It's similar to why I think that we give middles this like stereotype of being, these big dumb middles, but it's just that their job is so hard and they're always expected to be in the right place at the right time that when any mistake has happened, you feel it as a team, and it makes it easy to see a lot of the mistakes that a middles make. Well, I think it's similar to a libero. Like, you're expected to just be that defensive prowess, and I think that's been the case with Ella Dick today. I haven't been saying her name a whole lot, strictly because she's been doing exactly that. Like, just always in position, delivering great serves. Great serve receives. Look at that. Dick, in there, controlling everybody, making sure everyone knows when the next one. A little bit of a double touch on that one, but they're letting it go. Robichaux unfortunately drives that one out the right and gives that point back to the Rams. So good head coaching timeout there by head coach Kerry Peck. They battle coming out of that timeout and take the first point out of it. Erickson back to serve. 3 serving 4. For those that are just joining us, we are game 5 here. UNBSJ took the first 2 sets, and Rams battled all the way back, taking the next 2 sets, forcing this game 5. McLeod with a nice high, hard swing off the hands there that's driven out the back. Sending this lead back to 2. Wilson now back to serve. Wilson has had an awesome game. All facets of it. Blocked well, served well, defended well when she needs to, and has hit great. What a block! Robichaux! Robichaux versus Immercar in a phone booth, and Robichaux comes out on top. Another serve from Wilson. Really nice hands by Jollimore, truly. Wilson chases that one down. This one's going to get the chance to go over by McLeod. They run the push set, but just tipped over. Oh, the back set to McLeod. And a winner, man. McLeod just so good. Truly. Oh, what a serve! I thought as soon as that hit her hands, that was going long, and you could see the Rams thought the same thing too. That's the beauty and sometimes the pain of the float serve is that once it leaves your hands, you can have an idea where it's going to go, but sometimes it has a mind of its own. And that was a great example there, as that looks like it's floating along the whole time and carries down just to the end. Okay, that was the 8-point switch that we're talking about. When they get to the 8-point, they do the switch. It's not a timeout. Everybody has to return to the court immediately and to their positions. It's not a stoppage of play. The reason they do it is because for whatever reason, if there exists some sort of benefit to being on one side than the other, they want to make sure that it's, each team has an opportunity to play on each side. So, up 5, Wilson to serve again. And another great serve. What a block from McLeod. This one's just got to go over. Oh, and McCombs. Oh, and Wilson unfortunately puts that one into the tape. Still all smiles from Wilson, though. Wilson, pretty smiley player. When she was in playing defense there, she had a big smile on her face, digging up the second ball. Nice serve from Immercar, but handled well by Robichaux. They go back to McLeod, who has just, McLeod has been insanely efficient today. I can't remember the last time she had a swing on the ball that didn't turn into a kill. Head coach Colin Chambers going with that front court, back court switch here. So out comes McLeod and McCord, and in comes Longley and Gulliver. Gulliver back at the service line. And Longley up to the front court. Longley had a couple of really nice plays down the stretch last game, too, despite the fact that UNBSJ wasn't able to win that one. I think she showed some stuff. Gulliver with a nice serve. This one's just going to get popped over. Oh, and you got to keep that in bounds, man. The Rams slightly imploding here. And head coach Kerry Peck going to call a timeout. Don't leave anything in the chamber. If you've got some timeouts, use them. Use them now because, it might be too late here shortly. But, man, everything coming up UNBSJ here in the 5th. We have A score of 11-4. UNBSJ's players enjoying themselves, having fun, dancing back onto the court. And if you're the Rams, you know, the weight of the moment is probably on you right now. You pretty well, not a whole lot of room for errors the rest of this game. So, Gulliver to serve again. First-year setter out of Mount Pearl, Newfoundland. This one's just going to have to go over by McCombs. Outside to Robichaud, who absolutely delivers in the clutch. Drives that one off the back of the defense and out the back of the court. Nice tip out the middle by Buchanan, but what a battle here from both teams. We're securely in a rally. The high ball to the outside to Robichaud, handled by the Rams. They're going to go outside themselves to McCombs, who gets blocked. This one just got to go over by McCombs. Gendron handling it, controlling traffic. Oh, they go back to Doucette, who puts that one into the tape and gives that point to the Rams. So the Rams now their first point in a little bit. McCombs going to head back to the service line to try and tack a few more on. For the Seawolves, we have Doucette, Buchanan, and Robichaud front court. If you get a good pass here, I think we'd like to see a set back to Robichaud here in the right side position. Luckily for UNBSJ and setter McCord, that's not a decision you're going to have to make, as that one goes into the tape. Gives the point back to the Seawolves. Now just 2 away from taking this one. Robichaud back to serve. Oh, and McCombs. A nice set out the back for that middle run, that step back middle run, but unfortunately McCombs tries to cut it too hard and brings it into the tape on her own side. So UNBSJ now knocking on the door. Great serve from Robichaud. Good pass from Dick. Emmer Carr goes high and hard off the hands and takes the point. All right, so here we go. If the Rams are going to do this, it'll be McCombs here for the foreseeable future serving in this spot. They got to get 9 in a row. They go outside to Gendron, but handled by McCombs. Right out with a nice swing. They go back to Gendron, and that one, a no-doubter. So UNBSJ, after going up 2-0 and letting the Rams battle back to force a Game 5, find their composure, take that 5th set 15-6, and take the win on the day. UNBSJ, I believe, improves now to 7-1 on the year, with sole possession of first place in the division. And for the Rams, just yesterday you were 5-1 and now dropped back-to-back games to the Seawolves and are now 5-3 and securely in the mix of this playoff run. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't tune too far. The men's game was supposed to start about 20, 30 minutes ago. We got extended obviously because of how this game went, but we will be back here shortly with the men's action. Cheers.